Hello to everyone on YouTube, I'm Chris Wing and welcome back at long last to Review For You. I apologise for my extended absence, as some of you may know this was because my computer broke down. But now after these setbacks and delays, I am finally back to do reviews again. Let's see what we're looking at today.
You're not students anymore.
We'll take everything from them.
You're X-Men.
Yes, if you were hoping to hear my thoughts on Captain America's Civil War, I have decided to push my review for it back until later in the year, most likely for its Blu-ray release. For this video though, I will instead be reviewing another Marvel superhero ensemble film, X-Men Apocalypse. The 9th installment in the film series, based on the Marvel comics and characters of the same name, sees the team face the titular villain Apocalypse, whom after being entombed in ancient Egypt in 3600 BC, is awakened in the 80s, plotting to destroy all humanity and rebuild the world from scratch. Even with the same director and writer Simon Kinberg in tow, following Days of Future Past, the most acclaimed entry in the series, was never going to be easy. And while Apocalypse is still a worthwhile installment, it's definitely the least impressive of the sort of reboot series that started with First Class, and of Singer's 4 films. One of its strengths comes from the wide array of interesting characters, particularly Magneto, Cyclops and Jean Grey, whom this film devotes the majority of its focus to. The story delves more into Magneto's more humanized side as he tries to live a normal life, while also exploring Cyclops and Jean Grey with their physical and mental struggles to adapt to their powers. Bolstered by some strong performances from the cast, it's these deep internal conflicts and the way they affect the psyches and actions of these characters that keep the story engaging. This is especially beneficial during the first hour of the film, which otherwise feels rather empty and is very slow to get moving. Following his role as the heroic Poe Dameron in Star Wars The Force Awakens, Oscar Isaac is unrecognisable in appearance and character as Apocalypse, but still delivers an above average performance, especially considering he isn't given the greatest material to work with. After his awakening, he feels like society has lost its way and plans to tear the world down in order to rebuild and start over with a better one. It's a compelling plan of action that could have provoked some commentary regarding real-life social issues, but there's no weight or depth behind these motives. As a result, the character lacks intrigue, and his actions feel devoid of any meaningful purpose. Despite these shortcomings, there is still a lot to enjoy about this film. The recurring themes of prejudice and desire for humans and mutants to coexist peacefully, both staples of this series, are presented once more here, and the film does a perfectly fine and respectable job in handling them, even if it is hard to shake off the feeling that the series is opting to play it safe and repetitive. There are no action scenes until about 75 minutes in, but once they do come along, the explosiveness and excitement of them makes it worth the wait. For the second consecutive time in the series, Quicksilver delivers the highlight sequence in the form of a bigger and bolder follow-up to his most memorable moment in Days of Future Past. Watching the speedster charged into Xavier's academy to rescue everyone inside as it explodes in super slow motion, to the sound of Sweet Dreams Are Made of This by the Eurythmics, is extremely entertaining. As expected, the special effects, cinematography and makeup are all excellently crafted, and the film does eventually lead to a thrilling showdown between our heroes and villains. For all its flaws, X-Men Apocalypse delivers a slow-burning but still enjoyable time for fans, and is not as disappointing as many critics make it out to be. Within the series and genre though, it does feel very more of the same, and while it does enough to entertain for 2.5 hours, it just doesn't do enough to stand out or leave much of an impact. And as the 4th comic book movie to be released in less than 6 months, it's not unreasonable to feel a wearying sense of deja vu or fatigue with this oversaturated genre. I still enjoy most of these films, but the fact that there is now a 2-month wait until the next one might be for the best. Before I get to my rating for this film, I'd like to announce that after some consideration, which you may have seen me post about on Facebook, I have decided to revert to a numerical marks out of 10 rating system. It may be simpler and far less unique to the one I was previously using, but it's ultimately easier to use. With that said, I am rating X-Men Apocalypse a 7 out of 10. And that's the review for you on X-Men Apocalypse. Again, I'm sorry it took longer than I expected and wanted to get this done, but thank you all for your patience, and the good news of course is things are back to normal now. Anyway, some very polarizing opinions on this film. I'd love to know what you thought if you've seen it, so please feel free to leave your opinion in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Facebook and Twitter if you like this video and would like to keep up to date. Until next time, I'm Chris Wing, and thank you for watching Review For You.